So, I want you to ask yourself, if you start with nothing, can you ever truly lose? And maybe the answer is yes, maybe it's no, depending on who you are, where you came from, where you're going. But I would say for the majority of average people, and I consider myself an average person, I'm just an average guy, I've never been anything but, I would say the answer is no. You could benefit so much more than you have to lose, especially when you have nothing. You are literally starting from zero. It doesn't get much worse than that. So I'll tell you a story. I'll make it quick, but probably about a little bit over 3 years ago now, I had a job. Wasn't a very good paying job. I was working at a fur and leather shop and doing photography, and it wasn't something that I felt super fulfilled in. I still had a lot of other dreams and a lot of other things that I wanted to do at the time, but it kind of paid the bills. Didn't make great money. Like it was okay, as okay could be at the time. I had a girlfriend, and I drove it wasn't my dream car, but like it was a car that I really liked. But anyway, that's a story for another time, another day, not important right now. Anyway, just trying to set the scene. I had the girl, I had the job, I had the car that I wanted. And for the most part, my life felt pretty okay at the time, and I felt like that's what I wanted, or I had thought that is what I had wanted at the time, you know. Now looking back at it in retrospect, seems terrible now, but that's because my circumstances are different. But during that time, life happens as it does. My girlfriend ended up breaking up with me after I had basically kind of spent my last dime on her. As embarrassing as that is to say, I gave everything I had to this girl, and it seemed like as soon as I was completely run dry, then she didn't want to stick around. And in most instances, I would say some people would be mad at the girl, and I could only be mad at myself because I let it happen to myself, and I let it get to that point that I should have been more responsible, and I should have tried harder at that time to make more money and be more financially secure regardless of the girl. That's not something I would do just for the girl, but that's something that I should have done for myself. But anyway, backing up, I'd lost the girl. I had no fucking money. So I had a bunch of debt. So now I'm like, what do I do? And my answer to that, 2 weeks after that, I took a gamble on myself and signed up for an EMT class. So like 2 weeks after that breakup, I signed up for an EMT class, asked my mom to borrow $1,000 to pay for this because I couldn't even pay for it at the time, because I was broke. And at this point, now that I was going to school full time, now I'm unemployed. So I quit my job and then literally started into a program that I had no prior knowledge of, and I jumped headfirst into this. And it was a risk that I decided I was going to take. I didn't think about whether I was going to hate it or whether I was going to love it or be good at it. I just jumped in and I did it. And then fast forward, get through the EMT program. I get through all that. I do my due diligence. I get my licenses. I start working as an EMT. I get some experience there. Then I apply to paramedic schools. I get into paramedic school. I become a paramedic. And now flash forward today, because this is another story for another day. And I'll tell it if you guys want to hear it. But now I am a career fireman and paramedic, all from taking a chance on myself. I could have just given up right there 3 years ago when all this had happened, and I wouldn't be where I am today. And I don't think I would be where I am without my failures. And if you asked me 3 years ago what what I would be doing or where I think I would be with my life, I could not tell you that I would be here. And I'm super grateful. I mean, it's a little bit biased, or a joke that they have in the fire service saying greatest job in the world, and to some it might be. I do like my job and I like what I do, but ultimately I'm still, even now, feeling a little bit unfulfilled. I feel like there's a little bit more purpose in my life, and I'm not exactly sure what that is yet, and I'm kind of searching for it and trying to find it. And maybe that sounds ungrateful, because I do have a great job, and this is some people's dream, to be a career fireman. So I don't mean to sit here and sound ungrateful and say that I have it bad, because I don't. But there was a point that I did, and I wouldn't be anything, I think, without those experiences that I had. And there's still so many more experiences for me to have, and all the amount, not even just the time before all this, but in those 3 years that I went through all of this stuff. I went through my EMT program. I went through paramedic school, all my time working, going through the fire academy, and now currently working my job. I've gone through so many different struggles, and I always felt that I couldn't do things, and I feel like that was the big thing that kept me from starting, because I just thought to myself, I'm like, man, I don't know if I could do that. I don't think I could do that. And then now it's when you have no other choice, when you feel like you have no other option, and you feel like a dog backed into a fucking corner, that is when you're just going to make shit happen for yourself. And whatever that means to you, whatever the making shit happen for yourself is, you're going to find it. You're going to find it. Or, well, you're going to have to go out and find it. I don't think it's going to come to you, but it is also, if it does come to you, it is also on you to do the work and put the work in and move forward. So regardless of your circumstances, do your best and take risks. Take a chance on yourself, and it might end up being the best thing you've ever done for yourself. And that was another reason for me starting this channel. It's something that I've been wanting to do, and I thought, what do I truly have to lose if I'm starting with nothing? If I have no audience to begin with that I'm trying to impress, then I can just make the content that I want to make, and people who like it and people who can relate to it eventually will come to me. So on that note, I'm probably going to wrap things up here, but before I go, I just want to express my gratitude, and I just want to say how thankful I am. When I posted my first video, it got 45 views, a couple likes, some comments, and I got 9 subscribers, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I can't even begin to express how thankful and grateful I am for that. And I think that's like the coolest thing in the world to me, that that's 9 people that subscribed to me. That's 9 people that didn't even know who the fuck I was before that day. and the people who saw my video and the people who took the time to watch it like it. And the comments I received on the video too were really positive, and I'm happy to hear that there's people that can relate and there's people that can actually take something from these videos. And like I said, I hope things get better as time goes on, and hopefully quality will get a little bit better. But I'm trying to make these just as raw as I absolutely can be. Even now, I feel like I've made a few mistakes in this video, but I'm not really going to sit here and do a whole bunch of editing and cut a bunch of things out, because I just feel like that's not me, and it's not for this style of video. I just feel like I want to be able to speak candidly, and I want people to see the entire thought process. I don't want to have to cut things out. So on that note, thank you all for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one, and let me know if you have any suggestions down in the comments. Maybe if there's somewhere else you'd like to see me record, or if you would be interested in seeing some longer form content. I really do enjoy going to the gym, so if you would maybe like to listen to one of these, but maybe a little bit more chopped up in the gym, I would absolutely love to do that. Well, see you guys.